It feeds them. It's a very small amount, and I hope that you will be kind enough to make a contribution to this. And in the end, I would just like to request you, please pray for us, please pray for Pakistan, and please remember us and join us. And like Salim Saab said, like Tariq said, inshallah, if we join hands, believe me, we can do it. And we'll do it together. And we'll do it for Pakistan. Thank you. God bless. Bahut shukriya.
I would like to invite Asif Shiraz to come at the podium and say a few words. Asif Shiraz.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about a very specific question that came up. There was this lady we met, and she was weighing her options about donating some money to a charity or getting a PTI membership, donating her money to a more political cause instead of a religious or a charitable cause. So, well, Dr. Fauzia has also covered the subject that there's an urgency that we must help PTI financially. But I just wanted to give you a small example, a hypothetical example. If you look at a very dark hour in the history of the world, which was the World War, Nazi Germany terrorizing all the people, and the Jews and everyone over there. So if you were in Berlin and you had an option that you could give $100 to a poor Jew who is sick, or you can help him get his education, or it's just $100 that you're giving in charity. So this is a very good thing to do. You're going to get reward. You're going to go to heaven for that. You're going to be helping a person. It is going to satisfy your conscience. But look at a broader context, and you're going to help this man today, and tomorrow the Nazis are going to come and kill him. So your $100 is not really doing anything. But what is more important than giving $100 to a charity in Berlin is to stand up against Hitler and stop his tyranny and stop his corruption of the Nazis. So there has to be someone in the society who can look at the bigger picture and address those issues. You give $100 in Pakistan today to a charity, and when your $100 goes there, Zardari takes 100 million out of the country, and we are in a net loss. So a lot of people find it difficult to connect this thing that what does really God want us to do? Does He want me to give my money to a poor person? Would God like me to be involved in something as dirty as politics? I'm not into that stuff. Politics is not a good thing. And that's where both the worldly wisdom and our religious wisdom comes together. So first I would like to talk a little about well, not necessarily the worldly wisdom, but there's an example of one of the founding fathers of America, Thomas Jefferson. And in his very first inaugural address, he said that the most important principle of our government is going to be exact and equal justice for every person. And justice is the opposite of tyranny. It is the opposite of corruption. So you can save one person by giving him charity, but you can save 100,000 people by establishing justice in your country, by establishing justice in the land. And that is one of the reasons why this country where we're sitting is such a successful and prosperous nation, because the principles on which this country was built on was the equal treatment and justice for everyone. So if we come back to our little more religious angle for those people who would like to get some sawab also for contributing something, I'd just like to draw a parallel between the example which I gave of Hitler, and if we were to ask God, what do you want us to do in that situation? I think He has given us an exact parallel in the time of Pharaoh and Moses. And incidentally, it is the same people, the Judaic people, who were the most oppressed by Hitler also and by Pharaoh also. So when God sends His prophet Moses, does Moses go to Egypt and he establishes a school? Or they're all great things. You should help poor people. He can do a non-profit in Egypt and help poor people. He can open a school. He can open a university. He can open a hospital. He can do anything. But what did he do? His primary prophetic mission was to stand up against Pharaoh and to save the people of Israel from the oppression. So as Muslims, our primary goal that we need to focus on from a religious perspective is not just to be good Muslims and get some sawab by donating in charity, but we need to stand up against the Zardaris, we need to stand up all those people who are oppressing our country, who are taking away our resources, stealing our money. So the primary thing which as a religious duty you need to do, if you give your money to Tehreek Insaf, this money is directly going to uphold justice and free the people of Pakistan, which is like 170 million people. So this is making your dollar really work. You're welcome to give. There was a fundraising. There's a very nice school here, and they did a fundraising, and they got like $120,000 raised for a school. And I was thinking, we've got like 170 million people whose lives and their future is at stake, and people shy away from donating to PTI, from donating to political causes, and they are very happy to donate to a school and donate to a hospital, which is a good thing. I don't want to lessen the significance of that, but I just want to stress that now is the time that PTI needs your financial support. There are people who are up against feudals and industrialists and established interests, and it is very difficult to fight against them if we don't have financial resources. And I just want to deconstruct this myth that if you give money to a political cause, this is as much and perhaps most important civic, moral, and religious duty that you guys have today. So I just want to restress the fact that the other point I wanted to touch was that you don't have to worry about anything in this country. This country is has always supported justice and the rule of law. We are, like Dr. Fauzia mentioned, we are registered with the government of the United States. We report to them on our financial transactions through the FARA Registration Act. So you can feel completely comfortable to get a paying membership, and even if it's not much, just do a very small but a regular and committed financial contribution to the party, so people who are actually on ground in Pakistan, they get our support to make a difference and do something for Pakistan. Okay.